Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do since today is January 23rd, the day before the championships. We're gonna tell you about the Super Bowl contenders, and then we're gonna tell you who we think is gonna win the championships.
Yep.
So we're gonna start. So first, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So I could read this one because I made this one. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the first Super Bowl contender, which doesn't mean they have the best odds. Their playmakers are Tom Brady, Devin White, Levante David, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. In the divisional round, they beat the Saints 30-20, and if they beat the Packers, they would play the Super Bowl at home in this game. In this round, they were able to run the ball very successfully. They ran for a total of 35 times for a total of 127 yards. Even 43-year-old Tom Brady ran in a QB sneak touchdown. They recorded a total of 3 interceptions. That is the most interceptions Drew Brees has ever thrown in a playoff game in his entire career. The leading receiver was Cameron Brate with 4 catches for 50 yards. They did an okay job passing the ball. Tom Brady had 199 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, where Leonard Fournette, former Jaguars running back, had 5 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans only had 1 catch, but it was a touchdown. The team they play next, Green Bay Packers.
Now this is what I'm gonna do. So Green Bay Packers, they have this. They're the second Super Bowl contender. They do not have the best odds. Playmaker, it doesn't mean that they have the best odds. Playmakers are Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Jerry Alexander, and Zadarius. In the divisional round, they beat the Rams 32-18, and the Rams had the number one scoring defense. Rodgers did an okay game passing the ball. He threw for 296 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 66 of those yards and a touchdown catch. Aaron Jones had a great game with 99 yards and a touchdown on 14 carries. Packers defense held Jared Goff to 174 yards and a touchdown. And Cam Akers has been doing well in the past 3 weeks, and today they held them for 90 yards off 18 carries and a touchdown. The team they play next is the Bucks.
Okay, so the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are the third Super Bowl contender, which doesn't mean they will win the Super Bowl. Playmakers: Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and the Honey Badger, and Chris Jones. The Kansas City Chiefs edged out the Cleveland Browns in the divisional round. This game could have went either way because the Chiefs had a 3rd and 14 with backup quarterback Chad Henne. With a game on the line, Chad Henne left the pocket and ran for 14 yards, but he was inches short. Then the unexpected happened. The Chiefs called a pass, and they got a first down and won. Patrick Mahomes left the game early because of a concussion injury. In that game, he was 21 for 30 with 255 yards and a touchdown. Chad Henne came in and threw 66 yards and an interception. Hill and Kelce put on a show, combining for 219 yards and a touchdown. The Honey Badger had an interception. The team they play next is the Bills.
And isn't Patrick Mahomes cleared to come back for the championship?
Yep, they have officially cleared him, and he will be playing in the championship. So that is a huge factor, in my opinion. The betting lines changed dramatically. I think Chiefs were supposed to lose by 3, but now they're supposed to win by 3. So,
So Buffalo Bills are the fourth and final Super Bowl contender. Playmakers are Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Tre'Davious White, Matt Milano, and Micah Hyde. The Buffalo defense stepped up against the Ravens. They held Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore offense only to a field goal. Josh Allen threw 260 yards for a touchdown, and Stephon Diggs caught that touchdown along with 106 yards. The Buffalo defense held Lamar to 162 yards and picked him off for a 101-yard pick six. Lamar ran only for 34 yards on 9 rushes, and the Ravens only ran for 150 yards on 34 carries. That's that's better than the Bucks. But the thing is that this is the best run offense we're talking about here. And then
Yeah.
the team next is the Kansas City Chiefs. So who will win the Super Bowl? So who will win? We'll tell you if this video gets 20 views or 5 likes in 2 days. We'll make a video saying
Out of which of these teams will win the Super Bowl? If this doesn't happen, you'll have to wait and see. So like and subscribe. But in this video, we will do championship predictions.
yeah,
So the Bills will be playing at the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be playing at the Green Bay Packers.
we're gonna do
So
our reactions to the divisional round.
yeah, so our reaction. So divisional round. So I I kind of. And it was a Ravens and Bills was very defensive and not the most fun game to watch. It was a little boring
I,
because there was
I
there
remember
was only
I remember saying last video, a couple videos I think ago. I remember saying that this was going to be a very high scoring game, but it was very defensive.
yeah. I feel like that the even though Josh Allen is top 5 in my opinion for MVP, I think the defense is actually carrying them so far in the playoffs. But I feel like Josh Allen will have a lot of good plays in the next round. And then the Chiefs. The Chiefs game. So the Browns haven't won in forever, and I think a lot of people wanted them to win. When Mahomes got injured, I think that made a lot of more people think the Browns had a better shot. And then Kareem Hunt ran in that touchdown to make it 22-17,
And then,
and that's when it got good.
Rashad the ball in the end zone.
Yep. And Chet, and then Browns couldn't get anything, punted, and then those amazing plays happened. 14-yard run by Chad Henne, who's pretty slow, and Tyreek Hill caught a 1-yard pass to solidify the game. And Tony Romo, I was hearing the broadcast, he was like screaming because who would have thought they would pass it? It's very gutsy by Andy Reid, but I really like the call. But if that didn't work out, then they would be in trouble.
Yep. So now let's go to the NFC side of things. Rams at Packers. So this I thought it was actually pretty realistic. Like actually what I thought it was, because I thought Rams would hang on for a little bit and then quickly Packers offense would quickly get away from them.
Yeah, I thought it would be a tiny bit more defensive, but I think that's a reasonable score because Rams offense is not too good without they had Cam Akers who did really well, but they need to find a new quarterback. Jared Goff is not that guy. And then for the Packers side of things, they did really well. They scored the most points out of all the teams in the divisional round. And overall, I think they look like the best team in this round.
Yeah. If they could keep this up, that's Super Bowl 55. Lombardi Trophy coming to them.
Yep. And then
like we said in the first slide, that the game was pretty good, even though you would expect it's the Buccaneers pass offense. But the thing is, Buccaneers can always surprise us here. And I think there's a possibility of Buccaneers beating Packers. But the thing is, it's at Lambeau Field. Even if it was but it was at Buccaneers, I think they would have beat him earlier in the season. But then Aaron Rodgers will also be kind of mad because he lost earlier into the season to Tom Brady. So that's why I think the Packers are gonna probably beat the Buccaneers. And I think this final score will be 24-20. 24-20.
so the reaction to the Bucks game, I think they did very well. They kind of surprised me because they came into New Orleans, arguably the loudest stadium in all of the NFL, and they beat them by 10, which is really good. I feel like their defense kind of all carried them most of the game. I mean, Tom Brady had his moments where he had really amazing plays, but overall the defense did well. And then for my score predictions. So, this is going to be an exciting game. It is the first game, I believe, at around 3. And it is in Lambeau, and it's really, really cold here. And this is why I feel like Packers have a good shot to win because it's at their home field, and most of the Bucs players they're in Tampa, so like maybe like Tom Brady, Gronk, and not a lot of them have like been used to that weather, like playing in it. So I feel like that's a downside for them. They're gonna have to run the ball successfully, but they did run the ball very successfully in the game they just played before. So I don't know though because it is Green Bay. I think Packers win this game and the score will be 34-31.
Okay.
And then the Bills at the Chiefs. So I could go for this one. So
Yep.
for the Bills and Chiefs game, this is going to be a really good game. And now hearing that Pat Mahomes is going to play, I feel like Chiefs have a better shot to win this. Here's why. Because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and when he's in, they do really well. When Chad Henne stepped in, he didn't do too well. Only 66 yards in an interception, not great stat wise. And it is at Kansas City. Pat Mahomes is playing, and Chiefs already have won a game against them this season, but you can't count out Buffalo, and Buffalo's never won a Super Bowl. I feel like a lot of people want Buffalo to win this game, but I feel like unfortunately for Buffalo fans, that won't happen. My score prediction: 27 Chiefs, 21 Bills.
So I agree with you on the Chiefs, but I just think what I think is going to happen. I think that the Chiefs defense will step up, and since I think that Bills defense has not played a good consistent offense yet in the playoffs. Like Indianapolis is not a consistent offense. Sometimes they have their like wiggle, like they lost to the Jaguars. That's not a consistent offense. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ravens, they're not really consistent. They were consistent for the last five games, but before that, they were not really that good. So I think that the Bills' defense will struggle keeping up with Kansas City. And then I think Josh Allen will like start like feeling pressurized and start throwing a couple picks, like two picks or something like that. And then I think the final score would be 31. No, wait, no, 27 to 7. 27 to 14. 27 to 14.
Yeah, I think that's a very possible score. So those are our predictions. And if this gets 5 likes in 2 days or it gets 20 views, we will be coming out with a Super Bowl video sooner than we would. Like we probably would make it on like Saturday, but if this gets 5 likes or 20 views, it'll come out sooner. So like and subscribe, and bye.
Bye.